Hey, welcome back to another video. Well, I haven't filmed for a couple days, I was going to say, but I did film the other day, but it wasn't my normal filming for this. I was on the other side of Holiday, and then a motorcycle got pulled over in the night, so I filmed that. I don't know if I'll put some clips in for it or whatnot, but I'm thinking more about my other channel. It's different stuff for that, because that channel I do different stuff on. This channel I pretty much stick to what you see. So today, a few days ago, I don't know if I talked about it in the video or not, or in earlier videos. I can take these off. It's not sunny. I don't need these. The other day I been really drained on energy the last couple of months or that or something, but the other day I got my Max Air fan, I pulled that down, cleaned it out, took it all apart, cleaned it, and then what else did I do? I did a couple things that day. I can't remember what the other thing is, but then today I had a 25-foot extension cord I'm rerouting, and I drilled a bypass hole from the backside where my footage vent is outside to run that line through into here so I can get it to my inverter. So that way I can see about running my refrigerator off my solar system I got going on. So I got that ran through. I just got off to finish the rest up on the inside, but I took care of all the outside work. So even if it starts raining or something, now all the outside work's done. So I can get it done either tomorrow or tonight if I can't sleep and I'm bored or something. It's all inside work now. So that's what I've been doing today. And then I had another homeless or nomadic person that I just met. I had met him before, but I didn't know his name. We'd never really been properly introduced with each other. We never introduced ourselves yet. So he came up, talked to me. Really nice man. I like him. For first impression, he seems like a really good guy. He has got somebody else that's homeless with him that just got a job at Running Aces, the horse track card place over there that I did in one of my other videos a few days prior. They haven't been released yet, but anyway, so turn just a little bit more in here. Trying to get lined up to where I can. There we go. That's pretty good. I had to think about my. I got a Wi-Fi booster antenna dealie that I've been playing around with, and that's why I pulled over here, because I'm going to go inside Holiday and edit videos. And with this Wi-Fi booster antenna deal, I found out last time I edited videos that if I parked out here, because the windows are in the front of the store there, I was able to catch, there's Perkins right here, there's Taco Bell there, and then there's a Shopko Optical and Starbucks here, but I wasn't picking up their Wi-Fi that good. I don't know why. Shopko Optical was kind of coming in a little bit, but Taco Bell I could kind of pick up, Perkins, and even Burger King a little bit or something like that. So, but mainly Perkins is what it was. And then by my camper, by the thing in my camper, it's like a Wi-Fi repeater. It's a router, but it can be used as a repeater. So basically what it's doing is it's made with antennas, so it's made for picking up signals, whereas like your phone or your tablet or your computer doesn't have that big antenna on it because it's all internal, so it doesn't pick up the signals as far away as well because they're just small antennas in their receivers. Well, this thing is made to be an antenna, so it's got antennas on it for picking up signals and putting signals out. So So basically, it can reach out further, grab those signals, and then it runs it through its own little router as a repeater, and then it rebroadcasts it from there. Is what I'm doing. I'm using it as a repeater. So then, basically, any signals that it's picking up, well, when I'm in the camper, as long as I'm picking up signal, I'm good in the camper here. But now, because I'm rebroadcasting it, I can get further away, and it seems to work if I park over here. So even when I'm in there editing videos, before I didn't have no internet in there when I'd edit videos, because they don't have internet in Holiday that you can use. So, when I used to have my NAT or something, when I used to have my hotspot still, then I'd had internet with me in there, but I haven't had that no more. So now, because I can't afford it, I'm trying to get this thing working right. But so if I can do that, which it worked last time, so we'll see how it works this time. I got to learn, because I've already found out just moving a couple feet one way or the other can make a big difference. So I've got to figure the best spot here in this corner that works the best. That's why I wanted to go a little further and get my camper at a little bit more of an angle. Plus, right now I've got my nose really into the wind because we got high winds coming, and that way it ain't as rough on my camper rocking it. So, that's my plan now, is to go into the Holiday in it's almost 6 o'clock. It's 5:40. So I'll get in there set up by 6. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll get 4 hours of working in there. I should be able to get, I don't know if I'll get all my videos edited, but I'll be able to get quite a few of them done. And then, what is this? Is it Tuesday? Yes, it is Tuesday. So, I'll get that done, and then tomorrow maybe. So I've been staying right here, either here or two parking lots over in Walmart's lot, because so I don't burn gas, because I don't got no money to put nothing in, do nothing. So, and everything I'm doing right now for getting the fridge running on electric and stuff, that's all stuff I've had in here. I would have done it differently originally, was part of my plan, but I'm trying to modify stuff. And what do I have that I can make this work, and that it's still safe and stuff. Well, then I realized, well, if I drilled a hole through there, I could run an extension cord through, and I could plug, because right now when the fridge is plugged in, only when I'm plugged to shore power will the fridge work on electricity. Otherwise it wants to run off propane, and I can't afford to run it off propane because I need the propane for cooking. And if I run the fridge all the time on propane, I'll run out quick. So I've been only putting water in the fridge and haven't been getting anything that's really perishable, because I can't afford to keep it cold and stuff. It'd be wasted money on food then. So if I can get, by rerouting that line, I can run it to my solar system, which I have a 3,000 watt inverter, and it should run it fine. But I don't want to run my batteries dead either, so I won't run it in the night until I learn how much it's taken. And I got another tester that'll show that I can plug into the line, and it'll show me how many watts and amp hours and all that kind of stuff it's using. So I can do the math on it that way and figure out the math that way. But what I'll probably end up doing is I'll just get it all ran and plugged in and lined up, and then in the morning when the sun's coming out, when I've got good sun, then I can turn it on, because I know as long as the solar panels are going, I know that fridge only pulls 400 to 600 watts, and that's only when the compressor's running, and that's not going to be non-stop. So it'll take a little catching up to do to get it up to cold and freezing. But if I do it in the days when the sun's out, I won't deplete my batteries at all, and then I can just shut the fridge off at night, and so I still got power to run my laptop for editing or whatever else and stuff. And I might have enough. I might be able to just run it all non-stop, but I don't want to find out the hard way by having it run dead. So I'll figure it out in the process of it. And I had taken and put a bunch of bottled water in the freezer and I ran it off of propane till the water all froze in the freezer. Then I switched some of the bottles out and put them down in the fridge, and then put some new ones in the freezer to freeze up. Well, after I did that, then I shut it off, and just with having the frozen stuff in the freezer, that feeds the like heat sink cooling fins that are in the fridge, and that's how the fridge gets cold, is from those aluminum. Basically, they're like heat sinks, but they're cool sinks. I guess that's what you'd call them. I'll have to look up what the technical term is, but that's how it gets the cold air to the refrigerator. So even though that isn't directly running the cold to it, because I'm not running on propane or plugged in, just by having all the ice in the freezer, that natural cold was transferring through there. So everything in my fridge stayed cold for a couple weeks, and before it finally started dropping in temp. And that's because the stuff in the freezer was slowly going from ice back to melting to bottled water, and but it lasted quite a while. So I know if I can get it caught up with running it off of my solar stuff, as long as I do that, because I know it from prior experience in my house in West St. Paul, that when I freeze all that water in the freezer and then rotate it, and once I got frozen bottles in the fridge and in the freezer, then the refrigerator hardly runs at all. The fridge or freezer hardly runs at all. And then if I get something that's frozen, well, then I take out so many frozen bottles just for the room that I need for whatever's frozen to go in there. That way the whole freezer space is taken up, and it's not wasting energy trying to keep that open air cool, because everything's frozen solid in there. And then I just put that whatever's frozen that I'm not using there into the fridge, which helps keep the fridge colder. So it just so even when it's running, then it hardly kicks on at all. And from me doing that, one time in the house in West St. Paul, we had a storm and we were out of power for a while. I don't know, about a week or so. And I can't remember how long it was now. Some days I could remember it, no problem, but I got so much on my mind right now. And but yeah, because I had all that, was doing that freezing in the freezer and rotating and stuff, even when the power's out, my house fridge stayed cold for a long time. And my roommate at the time, he couldn't believe it, because he liked drinking Pepsi, and he could put a can of Pepsi in the freezer even though we didn't have power for a few days. And he's like, holy crap, I can't believe it. Even though there's no power, he says, because you got all that ice in there. He says, I can only put my pop in there for like 20 minutes and it starts slushing up. And he said, I'm afraid it's going to freeze solid if I leave it in there too long. And so he was pretty impressed with that. So then I explained to him why I did it, and the, whatever you call it, thermodynamics, or I don't know what it's called, but my philosophy on it, or why I believe that works, and the fridge would hardly run, and it kept my energy bill down by doing it that way. Well, I'm going to do this. My plan is to do the same thing in here. And once I get all that water frozen in the freezer and then get a rotation cycle going, then I can just turn the fridge on in the day when it's sun out, to keep everything in the freezer frozen and cold, and then I can shut it off when the sun's going down, and it'll stay cold all night, no problem. Unless I got like ice cream or something, then I'd probably leave it running or something. But it won't matter once I learn how much room I got to work with. Like I said, I might be able to run it nonstop, because I might have enough power to run everything nonstop, because I've never ever ran out of power yet. In 4 years that I've been living in this, I've never ran out of electrical power. And my solar system, I've been able to charge my phones, my cameras, my tablets, run my computer, plug my laptop in and stuff. Recharge. I got a cordless rechargeable Red Devil vacuum cleaner it's pretty neat, man. I like that little bugger. It's like a little dust buster kind of, but then it's got a front attachment that's got actual, just like a regular house vacuum, that's got a beater brush on it and everything, but it's only so wide, but that's all you need in a little camper like this, and it's rechargeable, so that thing works out slick. I'm glad I got that. That was a good investment, because that would keep the floor nice and stuff. Before, I used to use a broom and try to sweep the carpet and stuff to get the junk out of here. So now I can still sweep the carpet, and I got runner rugs, so I can roll them up and take them outside and shake them, and then I can still vacuum and everything, or sweep and vacuum. And then that little vacuum just works out really good. Comes in really handy. I like it a lot. That made a big difference because in the beginning, before I got it, your floor starts getting dirty and crap on it and stuff, and then you start feeling kind of grungy. So when you have your house clean, it's just like when you come home to a nice clean house, you feel better. If you come home and you've been slacking and you haven't done dishes or laundry or nothing, you got crap all over and stuff, well, you don't feel as good, But when you get it all cleaned and caught up, then you feel good when you come home and everything's done. You ain't got nothing to do and you can just relax or do whatever, That's how my townhouse was when I had that. I kept that thing so clean. And then if I cooked or had dinner, as soon as I was done with dinner, I did my dishes, my pots, pans, plates, whatever. I put everything away. And when I was a kid, when I was younger, I didn't do that. I'd let stuff pile up, and then I didn't want to do it because there's so much to do. Well, then I got in the habit of just doing it right after every meal, getting everything done. And it made a big difference. So, and now in the camper life here, that's a little different, especially living in a northern climate. Winter comes and everything's freezing. It's not the same. You can't, especially in a camper, you can't just be spraying liquids and cleaning and stuff because stuff freezes. It's not like insulated like a house and stuff, So during the winter, you can't do as much house cleaning and stuff, and you can't be opening and closing windows because every thermal count of heat you want to keep contained. It's a battle. So now that weather's getting nicer, I've been starting to get more stuff done because I can go in and out. Like when I was working on the wiring stuff today for gonna convert the fridge, so I can run that on either propane or off of my solar system. Because it's not a 12-volt fridge; it's only for AC and propane. It has 12-volt, but that's just to ignite the propane. But now it will be 12-volt because of my inverter, because my solar system is all 12-volt, but I've got an inverter that turns it into 120 like a house power. So once I run that through, then I can run it on propane if I want, or when I'm plugged into, if I go to a campground or something and I plug in, well then I just got to go on the outside and then unplug it from the line I'm running now, and then plug it back into its normal line that's for the normal camper power for when you're on shore power. I've got stuff for switches for that, so I can just switch it back and forth. And that, of course, I don't know, I might have lost it in the storage unit because I lost my storage units and stuff because of my bonehead brother. But there's switches, if I have them in here, if I didn't lose them in the storage unit, I've got set up so I can put that wireless, it's like a 3-way switch, big switch, that I can wire my shore power line into it, and then I can run my inverter line into it too on a separate line. So then I can switch it to the inverter or over to shore power, and or in the middle to have it totally off. So then what I can do, if I run it on that line, then all the original plugs and everything that's in the camper, whenever I switch that switch over, everything in the camper will all the power, the plugins, everything will all work normal. Right now I got 2 separate systems. What is it? 2. I got the house battery that came with the camper that does all the lighting and stuff for 12-volt. Then I've got the shore power that does all the AC, like house power when it's plugged in. Then I've got my solar system that I put in that's 12-volt, plus it's got an inverter on it for 120. So it's kind of like split between a couple systems right now, but I've got it all planned out how I can kind of merge it all and just so I can switch from one to the other just with some switches. But I haven't done all that yet. And I don't know if I have all the stuff here yet in here, the camper, because I lost so much stuff in this whole deal that sent me into this camper and living my life and starting over at 50. Well, now I'm 57, but I had to start my life over in a camper with nothing. So we'll see how it goes. But no matter what, I love the Lord, and there's a reason that I've been going through all this. It's definitely taught me a lot of stuff, made me stronger in a lot of ways, even though I was already pretty dang strong, but it's taught me a lot more. But Lord, I'm ready for the good stuff to start happening. I don't want to keep going through all the struggle and stuff no more. And he's kind of put a wrench in my works because I don't know what this is getting long. I gotta end this. It's getting too long. It's 20 minutes already. I'm gonna go into another video after this because I got more to say. But as always, talk to God. Talk to him about anything. If you do, tell him Darren says hi. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. God bless you, and we will see you on the next one.